I've been a part of some charities in the past, and it always feels good to help out, your fellow man and woman and children. Uh, but this one was maybe bigger and more effective in terms of like reaching more people. Like millions of people saw, my experience in Africa, in Uganda, and I could feel the impact just from people that came up to me on the street and said, "Hey, I saw that thing. I was really moving. I gave some money to the cause," and I could feel its reverberations. Well, there's like a grim foreboding as you're getting ready to go to Uganda because you've heard about the poverty, you've heard about this and that, and you've seen photos from other outreach efforts. So I was sort of mentally prepared for the grim reality of the poverty. Uh, and when you get there, though, it's more intense than what you'd imagined. Like when we were just driving from the airport to the location, you just look to the side and you're driving by a village or something, and there's just sudden glimpses as you're seeing down like a path, a mud path, and there's hundreds, thousands of little mud huts that go on into the distance, into infinity, and you're like, the enormity of the situation sort of hits you. It's easy to slip into a place where you feel like, what's the point? It's all just horrible. But if you see the potential for like greatness in a place, I think you're more apt to give money and support. And I definitely saw that while I was there. Feliks, as you and everybody who saw the show, uh, it was obvious that this kid has tremendous potential. He's a survivor, and in a world where if you're not incredibly bright and on your toes and scrappy and crafty, there's no way you could survive. Um, so just on that alone, I think the kid's like one in a million and a special guy, and he's so filled with like good stuff, you know. Uh, and so we did our thing. We talked about his story. He shared with us generously where he was from and what he does day to survive. And I'm happy to report that he got adopted by a family. The premise of the sketch is that I'm just really pleased with myself for being a charitable guy. And it kind of goes to my head that I'm a big shot charity guy and maybe kind of like a saint. And so this sketch that we do kind of knocks me down a few pegs where I have an email exchange with a kid that I'm working with in the mountains of Chile. And he tells me about which movies of mine he doesn't think are all that great. It's a moment of honesty between me and a 10-year-old. It's funny. Well, you gotta make it funny. I mean, yeah, it's all for a good cause, but you can't just be doing a TV special about how great a cause the cause is. That's not good TV. That's just a lot of patting yourself on the back. So yeah, we had to come up with some bits, some major entertaining nuggets. Uh, that's the honey. That's the bait. That's the bait. Gets the big fish to come and nibble. How can the viewers at home get involved in Red Nose Day? Well, first of all, watch the show. That's a big deal. If we can drive up the numbers and get huge ratings, that's a big part of the deal right there. Uh, Obviously, you can give some money to the phone number on the screen, and also, if you find yourself in a Walgreens, you can grab one of these babies. It costs like $1. I would buy one of these even if it wasn't for charity for $1. That's like an extremely good deal.